Yo, all right, what's up, guys? Sorry it's a few minutes late. It's been a very busy day, okay? But what's up, guys? How we all doing? Yeah, so as promised, guys, this is gonna be like my post-graduation stream. I actually put on my cap and gown literally just for this. Hold on, let me get my sashes. Don't mean to flex or anything, but yeah. Let's see how many people we got in here because we could either start right away or wait for a few more people. I'm an idiot. We could actually either start right away or wait for some people to come in here. But basically, this is going to be a very quick stream, not going to take too long. But what I wanted to do with this stream was basically just a lot of you guys obviously have been asking to see my graduation speech. I have a video version of it that we can watch here. It's not the best quality because it's like something my grandpa basically filmed off the screen of the live stream, but you can hear it just fine and we'll do that. And then once I get the good quality actual kind of footage of it, which I will in the next few days, I'll post that on YouTube. But basically the point of this stream, I actually wanted to, and we got enough people, so I guess I'll just get started right away. I wanted to tell the story because a lot of people found me off of this story that happened last year. But there's also a lot of people who actually just like they followed me after this all happened. So like they don't really know the full story here. Carter Shaw says, should I super chat or PayPal? Whatever you want, whatever's easier for you, my man. But okay, so again, so this is something a lot of people found me off of last year. Not everyone, though. So I'm going to tell this story. I'll tell the backstory behind this valedictorian speech, which was actually mired in quite a great deal of controversy. Okay, they tried to stop your boy. They tried to stop it from happening, but it happened. Okay, Libs owned yet again. Literally, not anything they could do about it. They were seething. Okay, I could see it in their eyes. They were physically seething during the speech. But anyways, let me tell the story. So I go to high school I went to high school in Los Angeles. Okay. And so you can expect the deal. For when I first started doing this political stuff, which was in about August 2018, I tried to keep it kind of a down low thing. Some people from school knew about it, mostly my friends, though. I tried to keep it rather secretive just because, like obviously you would know why I would try to keep it like a secret hobby not a lot of people knew about. The thing is, people did find out. Okay, people found out, folks. It's called we do a little bit of finding out. And so in my sophomore year, again, this was before really I knew most of you guys. The memories, man. This was the first time I got discovered basically by my school. I did a video. I did a little bit of trolling. Okay. I filmed a video of myself walking into Planned Parenthood, and I said, "You're all murderers," and I walked out. Okay, again, it's true. Hey, it's true. What do you want me to say, huh? What do you want me to say? That they're not? That they're very fine people on both sides? Lies. Okay, but anyways. This caused quite a bit of outrage. I did a little bit too much trolling on this time. So that was really when most of my school found out what I did. I was still very small at the time. I literally had like 3,000 followers on Instagram, and that was about it. I was a very small influence. Like I wasn't an influencer back then. I really had nothing back then. And so most of my school found out about it. It caused a little bit of a stir. Yeah, a little bit of outrage. But that was the first time that happened. Okay. Let me get into the story behind this valedictorian speech. So that was my sophomore year. Eventually, people kind of forgot about it, but people never forgot about the second time around. Okay, the second time around, if you guys remember, right after George Floyd died, remember that social attitude. Remember how like literally everyone was getting canceled. Like they just would not stop. Right? It's just after everyone's ass, basically. You could probably expect what happened. Kids from my school just started coming after me. And a big reason obviously was because if you guys remember, and those of you guys who followed me back then will remember this, I was not one of those conservatives who was trying to like apologize or cuck or kneel to BLM. Like I was saying it, okay? I was saying it straight up, like, like I wasn't like pulling back punches. I wasn't doing the whole I'm not racist, but I wasn't doing the whole like woke conservative dialogue where you try to like find common ground. Like, no, I wasn't like that. I was literally just like, this is cultural revolution. This is French Revolution style nonsense. And I was very harsh about it. Right. So obviously, you can expect where this is going. Okay, mainly led by this one kid. Okay, this one kid. I won't name him, but I will say that he was. Should I say that? I don't know. Okay, I'm not just gonna leave. Okay, but there's just one kid. Okay, and my friends would often joke that he had a crush on me. Okay, and now you can put two and two together and draw your own conclusions from that. But this one kid, my man, he basically got all his, I call them the Smurf people, his blue haired, those kind of all friends that he hangs out with. He started a mob around me. They were like attacking me on Twitter and stuff. But the thing is, it got like super out of control. Okay. So like at first I was kind of having fun with it. We were doing a little bit of trolling, but it got to the point where like at first they were just attacking me and like, that's fine. I don't care, but they started emailing like my principal about this, you know, and by the way, they were attacking me very harshly. Okay, like because I knew I'm like, if I ever have to defend myself in the context of school or whatever, like anything I say could be perceived as cyberbullying. So I didn't do any of the chat homonym. Okay, which I really, looking back, maybe I should have, but I didn't do that, right? Because I knew that I might have to be basically put on trial and have to defend everything I've said and everything I've done, and so I wanted to like make it clear that if anyone was cyberbullying, it was them. They came at me, they were the ones attacking me personally. I wasn't attacking them personally back. I was just owning the libs with facts and logic. Okay. So, but anyways, they were emailing the principal about it. And a funny story about this. Okay. Also, this is at the same time where one of the kids at school freaking doxed me, by the way. That happened as well. But now listen to this. Okay. Listen to this. There was this really liberal teacher at my school. Okay, super liberal. She used to teach like she was an English teacher, expected, but she made her whole class about like social justice crap. Okay, like it was pretty cringe. Okay, but it was very well known that this was like the most liberal teacher at school. Okay, so they started talking to her about it. Literally, I never had, by the way, I was never in her class, but it was just like this teacher was so liberal at school that it's like, this is the go-to, I suppose. Okay. So, they started talking to her about this, and basically she says, okay, I'm going to take this to the principal. I'm going to like report this to the principal and make sure you tell the principal as well. Okay. So, it's a little bit inappropriate behavior by the teacher, I would argue, but whatever, who cares? Okay. Now here's where it really starts to get spicy. This girl was the valedictorian at my, and I literally don't care. I will tell this whole story. Okay. This girl was is a former valedictorian at my school. I won't dox her, but she does go to UCLA. Okay. So she was already graduated by the time this had happened. Okay. But everyone in school basically knew that I was the number one class rank. Okay. They know that I'm like way smarter. And I think I even mentioned it once. I was like, oh, that's why you're not, I'm the number one class rank and you're not. I don't remember. It's something like that. Right. Anyways, this girl, again, former valedictorian from my school who's already graduated. I was actually at that graduation when she gave her valedictorian address, whatever. Okay. She told, again, former valedictorian. Very appropriate conduct, by the way. She told the kids at my school that valedictorian. She warned them. She's like, if he's number one rank, he's gonna be giving the speech and stuff like that. Okay, and she was the one who actually told the kids at my school to like start emailing the principal saying like demanding that I get my speech stripped, like I should not be able to represent the class or whatever. Okay, so that's where this all started. Again, former valedictorian. Okay, tried to get a current valedictorian canceled. So again, this was my junior year. Okay, so that and I was like, it just got really out of control. So I was like, I didn't want to even bother with school, but I had to meet with a principal because this was getting crazy, right? So my principal is a Chad, by the way. Okay, he's epic. We love my principal. Around the time that was happening, I basically met with him. This is like June of last year. Yeah, June of last year. I meet with him, and he basically was like, "No, don't worry about it. You're fine." Actually, he was like, "I'll help you," because I was a kid who I literally got doxxed by another kid at my school. Another kid at my school just posted my address on Twitter. Okay, like who does that? Who's that dumb to do that? Okay, so he was like, "Yeah, we'll take it to the district," and he also told me like, "No, you're valedictorian. This guy. Look at this Chad Matt Gagnon. Gagnon. I don't know how to say his last name, but with the $100, let's go. Okay, let's go. Thank you very much. Okay, God bless you, sir. So epic. Okay, wow, what a way to start the night. I don't even finish telling this story. Let's go. Thank you, Matt. Okay, Matt is very cool. Many have said, okay, so true. My friend Matt Gagnon, one of the best. So true. Thank you very much. Anyways. We're making fat stacks. We're having a nice dinner tonight, aren't we, boys? Okay. Anyways, so my principal also told me, he was like, "Don't worry about it. That's your free speech. It's not infringing on the campus environment." And he also told me like if your number, okay, this is a chat again. He's an older guy. He's about to retire. What a king this guy was. I don't even know what his politics are, but he was like. And this is LA too. And he's like, nope. It's like the valedictorian is the valedictorian. So long as you're the number one rank, you're giving the speech and we can't stop you. So I was like, oh, king, what a king. Okay. Shout out. Epic. Okay. Epic principle I have. So anyways, that happened. Okay. Now they failed. Okay. So they tried to stop your boy. They couldn't. But this man is wild. This man, Matt, sent another 100. Yo. Okay. I don't even know what to say, my man. This man is balling. Okay, we are balling. Thank you very much, Matt. Okay, chill out. All right, chill out for a second. All right, you're spending a lot of money on your boy over here. Okay, chill out. But thank you very much, Matt. Let's go. But yeah, thanks for $100. This man is wilding. This man is this guy. Is this guy like being hacked? Like this man is wilding. All right, thank you very much. We love Matt. One of the best, okay? One of the best. Many have said, so true, okay? Anyways, as I was saying, so they tried to stop this speech. Now they couldn't, okay? So now, fast forward to this year, all right? They were seething. They were coping and seething, okay? So David Bailey sends me the $3. Thank you very much. I cannot compare to this man's chatness. I don't know if you're talking about me or Matt, but likewise, so true. But thank you very much for the $3. Okay, I appreciate it very much. Anyways, so where was I? So we're now I'm in LA. So our entire school year was online. I never actually went on campus like basically once except to pick up books or whatever. And so we're here for graduation rehearsal on the morning of. This was yesterday, okay? And so many dirty looks. So true. But you couldn't do anything about it. Also, by the way, okay, let me just say this. I forgot to mention this. The past valedictorian at my school, the libtard. Also, I had another valedictorian, a more recent valedictorian. He wrote a whole like dissertation to the principal, basically defending me. So shout out. I don't know if I want to dox his name, but he was cool. He's my buddy. So shout out to that guy too. I don't know if I don't know if he wants me to like say who he is, but I'll say okay. So it was that, but there were people on my side in high school. But anyways, yeah. So we're at rehearsal yesterday. So many dirty looks. So funny, dude. So funny. But anyways, last night I delivered my valedictorian speech. Oh, by the way, the other thing I wanted to mention, the past valedictorian that did try to get me canceled, you are coping, okay? You are literally coping. You are simply just mad, all right? I'm going to say this. This is because it's true. You're literally mad because I got a higher GPA than you. It is. It's so true. Yours was like 4.3. I remember because I remember at that ceremony, okay? I was actually there because I was there for film class. I had to film the thing. I remember it. Your GPA was like a 4.3. Mine was a 4.7, okay? Get good. Literally get good. You are coping, okay? You are coping and seething. Deal with it, okay? Deal with it. I don't care. I'm graduate. I'll say whatever I want about school, dude. I don't care. Deal with it. Cope harder. But anyways, that's what I forgot to mention. Okay, my GPA was higher than hers. Just wanted to put that out there. Okay. Anyways, where was I? So yesterday I gave my speech. Okay, literally. There was nothing they could do about it. All right. So, anyways, with that being said, I know a lot of people want to see my speech, like I said at the beginning of the stream, but I know a lot of people have come in since then. I will post. So, I have a version of it we can watch tonight. This is not like the best resolution version. My grandpa basically, he was at home watching it on the live stream, right? He basically had his phone in front of the TV and he was watching it. So, that's how we're going to watch it tonight. Once I get my hands on like the actual recording, I'll post that on YouTube. But I figured the reason we should do this is because I can kind of give context to the speech. Obviously, I did that with the whole, like, I explained how they tried to basically shut me down. But also, I can kind of explain the messaging of this speech a little bit because I mean, I think most people will get it. But basically, what I did, see, my speech was like a very subtle, like the whole message was a very subtle but very powerful basically rebuke of progressivism and progressive thought. But it wasn't expressly political. That's the thing about it. And it's kind of more like deeply philosophical. And I'm not saying that like the speech was like impossible to understand. I'm just saying that in order to understand where the conservative message is in the speech, most of you guys will get it. But I want to give the context. Most people, I would assume, who heard the speech really didn't take anything political from it. But there is something very like deeply powerful about it. Okay, that is like basically a political message, but it's very subtle. Okay, it's very subtle. And so let's just watch the speech. I'll let you guys kind of see it for yourself. But the main message of my speech was, obviously most commencement addresses are all about like young people are the future. Yes, walk ahead, do whatever, But like my message is actually that we should preserve the past. Okay. Like that's basically the main message of my speech. Now, like preserve the past, preserve history, cherish our history. This man Matt is wild, dude. He's not even sending captions with his super chat. He's just sending money. This man's sending me like, I think, dude, Matt, I think your graduation gift is like bigger than what my parents are gonna give me. Okay, like this, you are wild, man. You are wilding out here. Okay, thank you very much for the $50, absolute king. Okay, Matt Gag. Am I saying your name right? Is it Gagnon? Gagnon? I don't even know how to say your name, but thank you very much, Matt. Let's go. Okay, let's go. It is VinceDao summer. All right, it is summer of VinceDao nationalism. So true. Anyways, my speech was basically about like preserving the past and like preserving the foundations that our civilization was built upon. And the essential message is like we should not tear down all the foundations which the people of the past have built for us. We should look to the past for wisdom and understand that we do not simply live in the present. We live on top of the foundations of a lot of people of the past, and we should not reject basically their wisdom in the foundations they have built. And especially, we should not be so arrogant as to think that we could tear down everything which they have built, like the French Revolution tried to do, and tear down society and try to rebuild it for ourselves and think we can do a better job. So that is like a fundamentally, like when you get to the core, tenets of what conservatism is, very conservative message, right? Because that really ultimately, like when you break everything down, that's really the difference between like liberalism and conservatism. It's kind of the view of the past and the rate at which change happens, stuff like that, right? The thing is, it was really subtle in that sense because a lot of people won't get that. A lot of people will just think it's a speech about like preserving history or something. But if you're big brained, you can see like it's a very conservative speech. So that's basically the context of this. Anyways, I'll shut the hell up and we can watch this together. Let me play it right here. Okay, so obviously, like, yeah, it's like cropped like this, so it's gonna be kind of weird. This is probably a better way to watch it, yeah. So let me know, by the way, if you guys can hear it, and hopefully the audio is like passable. Okay, but anyways, let's watch this.
I'd like to first start off by thanking my parents. They're somewhere in the crowd. For raising me to be so good at school, of course.
Okay, let me just pause it. Like, you guys, just let me know. You guys can hear that, right? Like, at least decently. I know the audio is not perfect, but yeah. John's video is going up soon. Do a reaction when it happens. And that is, I may do that. I may do that. Louder, please. I don't think this can get any louder. I think this is literally the max audio. I think it's literally at the highest audio it can be, at least like the way it is. We can hear. All right, we can hear. All right, let's just play it then.
Okay. I'd also like.
Look at that. Your man cracking jokes, making the crowd laugh in the first sentence. Okay, that's how we roll. Okay, it's called we do a little trolling. I think you guys probably missed that joke anyway, but whatever.
Thank all of the friends, teachers, and peers that assisted me along this journey, and really just everyone who supported me along the way.
Okay, let me pause right there. Everyone who supported me along the way. Okay, few people will understand this. Because do you notice this? I mentioned friends, family, teachers, and peers. Who else is there that could have supported me along the way? It's you guys, okay? So let me just say that was actually about you, okay? It was very subtle, all right, but you got to catch the Easter eggs in this speech. I was shouting out you guys in this speech, okay? It wasn't like my school people or whatever. It was about you, okay? Few will understand this, but that was a shout out to you. And again, yeah, it's so true. Thank you very much to you guys, okay?
Now, at any commencement ceremony, it is very common to hear messages about how we as young people must be bold or be different or break the norms. And I would tend to agree. For I have never been a rule follower. I have never been scared to tell people what I think.
So true.
And I've never been intimidated by really anyone who tried to stop me from thinking.
Yeah, had to throw that diss out of there. Troll face imminent. Yeah.
And then you know this. But today I'm here to deliver a quite different message. This is not a message to tell you to break rules. It is to tell you to follow them. But not the rules of today, which many of us would agree are in many ways broken. But rather the rules of the past and the rules of history. You see, in modern society, I see a dangerous and frankly arrogant tendency for us to only live in the present, with no regard or respect for the past, and as a result, no foresight for the future. So true.
Did you see? Okay, okay. I had to throw in the so true thing. Okay, it was not in my original speech, but like an hour before my speech, I was like, I gotta throw that in there. I gotta throw in the so true. Okay, so for people who don't know what the so true is a reference to, you'll know it. And by the way, this man Matt is wilding. This man Matt is about to drain his entire bank account on stream tonight. He's probably he's probably like some like hedge fund guy or something that makes like 400 or 500 grand a year, I would assume. But thank you very much, Matt, for the $50. We are balling. He says valedictorian DAO, Valedictorian is, I don't know. So true. Thank you very much, Matt. But okay, so if you guys have ever noticed, this is where the so true thing comes from. When Trump reads his speeches, he doesn't obviously he doesn't write them, right? He's a speech writer. That's what, as is most presidents, right? So Stephen Miller usually writes his speeches. You ever notice when he's like reading off the teleprompter, he'll like read something, and obviously he's reading it, and then he'll just say like so true. So he's basically like agreeing with himself, but like he's what he's really agreeing with is the speech, right? So it's a Trump thing, okay? And that's why like John Doyle always says like so true, and I actually kind of took that from him because I thought it was funny, and so now a bunch of us do it now, okay? But I was like, okay, in the speech I got to do that. I got to drop a random line where I'm just like so true. So I did it. Okay, so I did. This was like right before the speech, and the thing is, I didn't have the speech in front of me because like they literally like took our phones because they didn't want us to have our phones in the ceremony, and so I couldn't even like read my speech to look to where to put it in. So I just picked a random line while I was going. And I was like, oh, so true. Legend, dude. This speech is like so legendary. You guys don't understand this, okay? So many subtle high IQ references in this speech.
Yet
so
today,
true.
Of course, today, there is a dangerous and pervasive notion that the people of the past were evil and prejudiced and much dumber than we were.
Again, right? You see that? It's very conservative. The people of the past, don't reject them, don't toss them out. It is very relevant also because what did I get canceled over at school? BLM, right? That left-wing cultural revolution. So this is what I'm taking a diss at. But few will understand this. Okay, most of the kids at school probably didn't get this, but I was owning them epic style in ways that they're literally too low IQ to understand. Okay, so true.
And hence, we should reject their ideas and destroy the things which they have built for us. Because, after all, we know better, right? If we disregard every foundation of the past, our society will become much better, right? This thinking is very common today, and it's told to many young people. But I see a problem with that thinking, because everything around us, everything that you enjoy, we live in the most prosperous society in the history of man, where once unthought of luxuries are now available at the click of a button. This did not always exist. It was built off the backs of strong men and women who came before you. And we must recognize this, rather than pretend like all of this has always been here, which it hasn't. Now, we do not have to follow in their footsteps exactly, but we should look to the lessons of the past for wisdom. We should not be so quick to topple the things which they have built simply because we do not immediately understand its purpose.
That's actually, I think it was Edmund Burke that basically wrote about this. Edmund Burke is basically the ideological father of conservatism, thinker from like the late Enlightenment period, wrote a lot around the French Revolution and some about the American Revolution, right? And so he has this very famous saying that it's like a conservative, I think it's Edmund Burke. I don't know exactly where the saying comes from. I think it's a Burke saying, though. It's basically like a conservative, if they see a random fence in the middle of the woods or whatever, they will first ask why the fence is there and basically be willing to consider that maybe the fence has been there for a reason. Maybe they built the fence for a reason. And so the conservative will ask that question and kind of accept the authority, maybe not necessarily always accept, but basically, consider the authority of the people who built the fence and maybe be humble enough to say, well, maybe this fence is there for a reason. Whereas the liberal will walk and see a fence and not immediately understand why the fence is there and immediately call for tearing the fence down without ever kind of stopping and asking themselves like why the fence is there, right, or what the purpose is. And so that's basically what it's like a paraphrasing of. It's like we there's a thinking today obviously to basically try to tear down that fence just because we don't immediately understand its purpose. And so that's what it was a diss of. So
we must not be so arrogant as to think that we could tear it all down and build it back better for ourselves instantly.
You catch that, dude? Dude, okay, I didn't even mean to say that, by the way, okay? My dad, after the speech, was like, I love how you threw that in. The build back better. I was not, I just kind of came out. Like, that's not how I had it written in my speech. I didn't even have, like, a plan to, like, basically, say that. It just came out, like, when I was speaking, okay? So... Bam! Libs owned yet again. Didn't even mean to do it. So true.
And perhaps sometimes we really do know better. But for instance, Sunday marked the 77th anniversary of D-Day.
You got to throw on the D-Day references, okay? How much more conservative can this speech get? But subtly, implicitly, right?
And I think of the young men, many of them not many months older than we are, storming the beaches of Normandy into machine gun fire and near certain death to protect this flag and this civilization. And I am humbled. I stop and ask myself, can I really do better than that? Am I really stronger than those men? Do I really know better than them? Am I really a better person than they were? And am I in any position to actually stop and basically judge and discredit everything which they have built for me? I cannot bring myself to say yes. We all pale in comparison to those great men.
See, this is that's really kind of a message to be humble, right? Because and this is I really threw it in purposely like this, not just because I feel like leftists are very arrogant, right? They just think they're better than everyone, right? Better than the founders, better than the people who stormed Normandy, right? Better than the Greatest Generation. But also, the reason I kind of considered putting this in there is also because of the fact that at graduation ceremonies, it's very common to like reaffirm the graduates, right? It's very common to say like, you got this, right? You are the future, pave the way, right? And I feel like there is a need for some humility too. You know what I mean? It's like that's what we usually tell graduates is like, you're the greatest, you're the best, but you're not. You are nothing. Like, you are literally nothing. We are all literally nothing. Obviously, like in the eyes of God and all that, you know, we're all really like nothing. Okay, we're all pathetic. But it's like, you know, I'm not trying to like make this religious, but it's like we need to actually like have some perspective. You know what I mean? And why do people try to tear down Columbus Day or the founders or disparage the Greatest Generation? Okay, they're called the Greatest Generation for a reason, folks. Why do they try to tear down the statues of all those people? It's out of a sense of undeserved arrogance, right? It's literally this attitude that's just like, we're the best. The people who live today are more moral than everyone who lived before, and we're better than them, and we're smarter than them, and we're wiser than them. And maybe it could theoretically be true, but you look at like what's going on, it's like we're literally trashing. We're the society that they tried to build for us. We're like collapsing. All we had to do was maintain really what the Greatest Generation kind of left behind for us, and instead we screwed it up. Who the hell are we to say that we're better, collectively better or smarter in any way than those people? They built it all up, right? The people before us built it all up. Our only responsibility has been to maintain that, and we couldn't even do that. Okay, we couldn't even maintain the house which they literally built for us. And somehow we, especially like leftists and liberals, seem to think it's like, oh, they know everything. Like they're better than all the people of the past. No, you're nothing. Okay, you suck. Okay, you literally suck. And it's like we not to like feel bad about yourself, but at least acknowledge this, at least have some humility to understand that like you're not the greatest person to ever exist, and you will not be the greatest person to ever exist. So again, kind of an implicitly conservative message, right? But so true. Anyways, I saw a super chat. Matt Gagnon again says 07 $5. Thank you very much, Matt. Also, I saw someone say that I have Trump's mannerisms. I do. Okay. I actually was like, okay, let me explain this. So obviously it's become a thing to copy Trump's mannerisms. I see a lot of conservative figures actually do it, most notably Ron DeSantis, but I have seen some others do it as well. I was against that for a very long time. Like for a very long time, I was like, no, you need your own mannerisms. You need to be your own speaker, right? But I remember I would watch back speeches of myself, and like my natural hand motions are very like, it looks like I'm on cocaine. Like they're very like wild. Okay, they're very wild, and frankly they look kind of like feminine in a way. Like it's not intentional, but it's like I just noticed like that's how I looked when I was doing it. Like my hands were kind of like all over the place. And so I was just like, I was watching this, I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, oh shoot, you know what, your natural hand motions are not that great. Like, you know what I mean? Like they feel fine to me, but then when I watch it in camera, I was like, that just doesn't look right. You know, like your hands are just wild, right? So I was just like, you know what? We will cave to it. Okay, we will cave to it. We will just adopt the Trump hands. Okay, why the hell not? Okay, it works well, and it was like, you know, that again. I told you there are many subtle, like just epic moments in this speech, and that is one of them. Is that I maintained the kind of Trump hand mannerism throughout the speech. Again, very subtle, and I was actually I didn't really practice it either. I was just like I just kind of like, okay, what are Trump's main hand motions? It's like he does this and he does this when he speaks, especially this one, right? He does that one. So I was just like, all right, let's do this. All right, let's do this. Again, you have the so true, and you have the mannerisms, you have the build back better, and you have the shout out to the Dao Empire. Dude, epic speech. Anyways, let's get back to the speech here. Oh wait, sorry.
As a result, I am not so quick to reject everything that those men have came home and built for us. Now, of course, trust yourself.
So
Always.
true. Thank you, Matt.
But you must not let overconfidence in yourself cloud your judgment.
Yep.
At the end of the day, you do not really know everything. And the people of the present cannot know everything if they discard all of which the people of the past have learned. So this may be a weird thing to say at a graduation, but listen to your parents sometimes. We love our parents.
See, I love how I got like an applause from the parents. No kids clapped. So true. But especially it was like a lot of the Hispanic, so especially this is a very, you guys just noticed, right? A lot of the Hispanic parents in the crowd. And I always talk about actually like Hispanics are like very based on like family, right? They're very like family centric. They believe in strong family. And I would say even sometimes to a fault, because I feel like there's like a lot of Hispanic parenting styles sometimes should be a little bit more like controlling of their kids, in the sense that it's like sometimes you see it like sometimes they just let their kids do too much, but they genuinely really love their kids, but they were very appreciative. Okay, very appreciative. So true. Anyways,
they may have a lot more life experience than you do, and hence they have a lot more wisdom than you do. And if you reject all of that for good and for bad, you may end up worse.
By the way, notice the implicit conservatism in this, not just listen to your family values, but the hierarchy, right? That's a core tenet of conservatism, real conservatism, not the conservatism means liberty to let Jeff Bezos have sex with my wife. Like, not that type of conservatism, but real conservatism is like the preservation of like order and hierarchy, right, and tradition. So like, notice that this is natural hierarchy I'm basically calling for the preservation of, is like the relationship between parent and child, like that, like under, like, respect the authority of your parents, respect the natural hierarchy of society. Maybe not even necessarily of current society, because I think current society has rejected like the natural hierarchy, but the natural hierarchy of the way things are supposed to be, that is good. And that is something that is kind of there for a reason. It's kind of, I think I would argue it's something that God has built into us, nature. And if you want to say from a secular perspective, I think it's something that's like kind of natural in nature as well. So, don't discard that, right? And obviously I don't always listen to my parents. You don't always listen to your parents, but respect that wisdom, respect that hierarchy, because it is there for a reason, and obviously I know some people don't have great relationships with their parents. Some people, are just have bad parents, and it's unfortunate, but if you do, if so, obviously, like, it can't apply to everyone necessarily. It's like if your dad is a deadbeat who left you, no, you should not be listening to his advice. But assuming that you have somewhat of a stable, healthy relationship with your parents, and your parents do care about you and look out for you, you respect that.
Of course, none of us, including me, follow our parents' advice close to all of the time. But take it into consideration as you go through life. They actually do sometimes have something to offer you that, as someone much younger, you cannot offer yourself. Again, always think for yourself, but always also be willing to consider both people and ideas that are older than you.
So true.
A society that does not understand or celebrate its own past does not have a future. A society
so true.
that rejects everything it was built upon is bound to collapse, and we cannot be one of those societies.
So true. See, now again, if you're not particularly ideological, if you're not really a political person, most people would agree with this message, right? But if you kind of understand the philosophy behind it, it is implicitly conservative. It's like, if we, obviously you can hear it, right? But I think most people probably just assume. See, this is why it's so big brained that like it will go over most people's heads, and most people think I'm just trying to talk about preserving history. But like, my friends like got it. They were like, dude, that was an epic speech, and they also like, because it was so like subtle, but so yeah. Anyways, let's finish this up here.
Instead of assuming that we only exist in the present, we must relish and revere the heroes of the past. We must understand the ideas of the past.
Do you see that epic? Okay, I'm such a talented. I'm gonna put myself up. I'm such a talented speaker at this point. Okay, because there were many moments at this in the graduation because my football field's right on the side of like a major road, right? And so there's so many like noise interruptions. And I noticed most people just like would speak through it, you know what I mean? Like they just keep talking because they're like nervous and they're just trying to get the speech done. But I knew this, okay? There's this big rig truck drives by and it honks his horn. It's like, do you notice? I took a little pause, like once I was done with the sentence, I took a pause to let it finish, okay? Look at that high IQ, high skill speaking instincts, okay? Epic, so epic.
Or else we are not going to be able to create a future that is worth living in. Thank you very much. God bless.
All right, that's the end of it. Listen to that applause. So epic. They love your boy, don't they? Okay. Anyways, yeah, so that's those of you guys who want to, I'll post like a version. Once I get like the better recording, I'll post it like as a video on my channel. You know what I mean? But Stream Gang gets to see it exclusively, you know, for the first time. So yeah, that's my graduation speech, everybody. Like I said, again, it's a very implicitly conservative speech, right? It's big brained. Now I could have gone out there. At first I was kind of initially thinking, you know, like to give that individualist message of like, because it would be more appropriate to me, it'd be more direct, right? Because obviously they tried to like, you know the context behind what happened to me at school. I could have gone out there and been like, you know, be yourself, don't listen to what people say, don't care, right? And I did allude to it in the beginning, and that would have been a more obvious speech to like, it'd be more obvious what I was getting at because of everything that's happened to me at my school and you know, the persecution over that. But I was like, I want this to just be a little bit more like big brained, you know what I mean? I want this to be like a lot more, because I wanted to actually give like a conservative message, you know, but obviously like I couldn't get out there and I would have gotten I wouldn't have gotten approved by the committee if I just got out there and just said, Trump 2024, whatever. But I was like, okay, let's actually kind of give a sort of almost like philosophical. It wasn't like a super philosophical thing, but it's like kind of allude a little bit to actual conservative philosophy and actually what it means to be a conservative. And I thought it was very appropriate to tie that in because obviously I was dealing with Black Lives Matter. That's really what, you know, I had to fight against at school. And we all know the story behind that. It's a Marxist movement. It aims to tear down the foundations of society in many ways. They not just tear down the statues, right? They just tear down everything we're built upon. You know, you have 1619 essentially, you know, the 1690 Project from the New York Times essentially seeks to rewrite the entire history of the United States, right? And rewrite the entire narrative. So it's like, it's very obvious that, you know, what we were dealing with is an attempt to tear down the foundations of American civilization. And so what was my speech? Implicitly, a defense of American civilization, a defense of those foundations. So big brained, so epic. And we got the Easter eggs in there. Okay, we got the Trump hands going on. We got the what was the other? We got the so true, right? We got the so true. And we got the build back better. And we got the shout out to you guys. It was very epic, very awesome. So yeah, there's my speech, you guys. Again, I'll post it later. But I don't even know. I really should not say this, but I'll say this anyway. I don't even care, dude. I'm out of that school anyway. Okay, so there obviously, like, you know, I was the valedictorian. It always goes like this: like the school president speaks. Her speech was what I don't even remember. It was just, you know, it's just like a speech, right? It's just like we've come so far kind of speech, right? There was mine, and then there was this other speech from the guest, like not the tryout speaker, you know, like they always pick one like where you have to like try out for the speech and they give it to you. That speech legit could not have been more different than mine. Okay. Like this girl is a liberal. I'm not gonna attack her personally or anything. Like she was nice to me. I was nice. Like I'm not okay. This is not like personal. Like, it's nothing personal here. I'm not trying to like start anything. Okay. Even though I don't care because I'm out of the school, but it's like, okay, she was a nice person. Okay. So I don't want to get into that, but it is a fact. And many have said this, that her speech literally could not have been more different from mine. Okay. So let me first start off with the optics of this. Okay. So obviously we're in California, LAUSD. We all have to wear our mask at graduation, right? Now, I should not say this, but again, it's true. I didn't really follow that. Like, you know how like you kind of have it like down here, like you just kind of like taunting it. That was basically me, okay. But I knew, like I had it on kind of. I totally took it off to give my speech, okay? And I think that's always, it's a very important optics thing, you know? The optics of giving a speech while you have a mask on, and Joe Biden looks stupid when he does. Everyone looks stupid when they do this. Is just terrible, you know? When you see someone speaking, you want to see their authority, and you don't project authority if your face is covered up. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't work, right? You just don't look respectable, right? So when Joe Biden gives speeches with masks on, it just looks stupid. And also, a lot of times you can barely hear them. They sound like that's them, right? But even if you can't understand them clearly, it still is just not good optics. It doesn't project like, you know, strength or authority. You know, it's like you're coping trying to give the speech. So obviously, as you saw, I did not give a speech with my mask on. I didn't just pull it down. I took it off. I was like, I don't want that thing to be seen on my face at all when I'm giving this speech. I want me to like project those solid optics, right? The girl after me, and by the way, you were allowed to take your mask off when you gave the speech. I don't know if she forgot or didn't think to or wanted to keep it on, but she kept her mask on during her speech. Okay, like that just like the optics of that. Okay, like that's, and I noticed that. Like I noticed things like that, right? So I noticed that. I was like, why are you doing that? Like why are you doing that? Like it's just. So like just, and the reason I'm bringing this up is not to attack her personally, but to just set the stage that like these two speeches, mine and hers, again, she's like a feminist liberal, could not be more different. Okay, literally, like it was just so radically different, all the way down to the optics of the mask thing. Like that, that's how different we were, right? Okay, so she gets up here, and I remember one of the first things she said in her speech was like, "I'm a proud feminist." Okay, I'm a proud feminist, and then she's like, "I'd like to thank all the other women and stuff." And you notice in my speech, what did I say? I said men and women. Okay, I said strong men and women. Now, built society. Now that wasn't like a cope on my part to like cave to the SJWs. It is true that women, you know, have their role in society too, and it's like a society of all men, we would be awesome at building stuff, but we would be terrible at like nurturing, right? Like women do contribute their own way to society. That's not me being a cringe feminist. That's me like saying that like the role of women is like very crucial, and so I you know, I'm gonna acknowledge them too, because it's like they have that job basically too, and it's a very important job, and we love women, right? But okay, I said men and women. Well, the first thing she did in her speech, she's like something about like all the great men, women, and non-binary people. I was like, bro, what is this? What is this speech? Okay, but yeah. Yeah, it was. I don't remember the whole thing, to be honest. I just do remember that it was like that. It was she was very like feminist, this and that, and also. I also remember that my speech was just better. Okay, like she based, and again, I'm not attacking her. I'm just explaining that like our speeches were so different. Mine was a very well orated speech. Obviously, I'm used to public speaking and stuff like that. She basically just read off of it. You know, stumbled a few times, and see, this is another, like when you're speaking, you cannot do this on a stage like that. She like loses her spot, and she's like, you know. Whoa, wait. You know, like she says that out, like you can't do that. Just take a pause. You know, obviously sometimes you lose your place, but you got to take a pause. Like, you can't say like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, sorry. Like don't do that. You know, just. But anyways, not to bully her or attack her, but the point being, it's almost like our two speeches contradicted each other. It was so funny. Okay, it was literally so funny, but. Libs get owned again. My speech was better. This is an objective fact. Literally everyone said this, okay? Even people that don't like me agreed. My speech like was so much better. And so true, okay? So, you know, it's very interesting. I know a lot of people are joking in chat that I'm king of the Hispanics. Very true. Hispanic person expert right here. But, and let me just say this. This was also, like, I'm not even joking about this. After the ceremony, a lot of people came up to me and said, good speech, right? Do you know the specific demographic that really liked that speech? It was Hispanic boys. I don't know why. Okay, but very epic. Okay, again, I love Hispanics. Literally, I had so many like Hispanic boys specifically come up to me and were like, "I was an epic speech, man." And it's like, dude, I was thinking about you guys and it was happening. I was like, I am the Hispanic person expert. So true. Okay, we love our Hispanics, don't we, folks? I also had one girl come up to me. She was Hispanic too. Yeah, yeah. It was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I go to a majority Hispanic school, but it was still like I just noticed that demographically, the group that really liked it, the group of parents that really cheered when I said respect your parents, were Hispanic. We love our Hispanics. I am truly the expert of the Hispanic people, aren't I? I really know how to make them happy. So true. We love our Hispanics. Anyways, much of Hispanic culture is inherently conservative. In some ways, right? Yeah, in some ways. Now, obviously not on like everything. Like the like Hispanics, like I've mentioned, I brought up this before. Hispanics are very pro big government, and I'm not one of those people that's like conservatism is when small government, but like I think it is somewhat conservative to be like for like personal responsibility. It is somewhat conservative of thinking, right? And again, I'm not like a libertarian conservatarian, but it's like that is something that's kind of implicitly conservative to believe in, whereas they're not really like that. But yeah, on like the social issue, on like this, I shouldn't say social issues, on cultural issues, it's very true, right? They're very like family centric. Many of them are pretty Catholic, at least more religious than the current U.S. population outside of it, right? In many cases, not obviously all the time, but and they're very kind of traditionalist on a lot of issues, and so I think this is obviously why it really appealed. They liked it, is because it's like it was a traditionalist speech. It was against really like rapid change, and obviously there was that hierarchy to it, and I noticed it resonated. It really did resonate with them. And these are like California Hispanics, so it's like even out here the Hispanics are, as you would expect, more liberal than like in Texas and Arizona and places like that, and they liked it, so it's like it's very interesting, right? This is something I've actually gotten in some arguments before too about with other AF people stuff. I'm like, they try to, they always say like, well, it's a lie. Hispanics are really not like inherently culturally conservative. But I'm like, yeah, in some ways, yeah, in some ways they're not necessarily. But I'm saying like on these cultural issues, it's like they actually are, and it's like just look at it. Like it's actually they actually really are in a lot. And obviously, I'm not talking about everyone, but like many of them actually are kind of culturally conservative, and there are other reasons why they largely vote Democrat, right? And I'm not, it's not just because like, oh, well, they just haven't been red pilled yet or whatever. Like, I think the economics and the big government, small government, I think that's a big reason why many of them do vote for Democrats. But if you're really going to hone in on these like specific issues, how can you say that they're not? They are, right? They are kind of like conservative on these specific issues, and not every issue, but these specific ones, right? So true. And they love that speech, okay? They love that speech. You notice, like, it just naturally resonated with them. It's true, okay? You cannot deny this. All right, anyways, Cleopatra sends me $5, says, congratulations. Thank you very much. Shout out Cleopatra. Facts, your speech was better. Facts, so true. So true. It absolutely was. VinceDao, Hispanic person expert, king of the Zoomers, and heir to the Trump throne. Whoa, you're taking that a bit far now, buddy, but true. Okay, true. Epic. Let's go. Vince versus John Doyle maths debating competition. How do you debate math? You don't debate math. I think you just like try to see who can solve it better or get it more questions right or faster, or whatever. I'm probably better than John at math. I think John probably has to. John's just naturally smarter than me, I think. But I'm probably just better at it because like I actually like paid attention in high school math. He didn't. He admits this, by the way. Okay, this is. I'm not like trashing him. He admits himself. He just did not pay attention in math class. But. And I am Asian, so maybe I just do have a higher propensity to be better at math. But he's just he's like big brain. I guarantee you his IQ is actually higher than mine. So All right. Oh, moment. Yo, okay, you're just. Oh, this moment, bro, has been trolling me the whole. Dude, literally, screw you. Okay, not, bro. That's not funny, bro. That's not funny, bro. I'm not laughing, bro. I'm not wheezing right now, bro. Okay, John decided to delay again. What? Dude, well, honestly, I kind of knew that was gonna happen. Well, let's see. Did he post? Let me let's see if John Doyle posted, folks. Okay. Let us check this. Let's see. I'll open my other Chrome tab here. Let me go to YouTube. And let me go to John Doyle's channel. John Doyle. Let's see. Let us see. Let us see. So no video here, but no, okay, it's getting kind of late. So he says it will post today. I just gotta post at like 11:59. What a troll, dude. Dude, John. Okay, he's probably just trying to troll because delayed gratification, all that stuff. But that's genuinely also not good for engagement. I would not do that. Okay, I'm gonna like my own comment. By the way, I commented psyop. I'm just gonna like that. It's true. Where's the video, John? What are we doing here, my man? Actually, let me maybe make the screen larger here so that you can see it. He's delaying it for personal issues. Oh, well. All right. I'm sorry. Okay. Prayers are with his family. True. I agree. All right. Okay. I didn't know. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. I didn't know that. All right. I'm sorry. All right. Well then I hope everything is well there. So, I did not see that on Insta. Let me look right now. Let me go on my phone and check that. Check out what's going on here. Because I've been on live, so he probably posted it since then. Let me see. I don't where? I don't see it on my Instagram. Did he put on his story or something? Because I don't see it. Let me refresh. I don't know. Maybe you deleted it or something. It's not. I don't. Oh, it's during a live. Oh, okay. Well, then my bad. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. All right. Understandable. We will wait. Okay. Delayed gratification. Don't worry. We shall wait. But yeah. What's up, Vince? It's Rhino L's on Twitter. Yo, what's up? How you doing, my man? I see you on Twitter all the time. Love that account. Most of the L's account, I know some people say, oh, it gets repetitive. I actually enjoy it. I actually find them to be quite entertaining. Are you going to college, Vince? Yes, I am. I'm not going to disclose where I'm going to college, but I don't know. Should I reveal this extreme exclusive? I don't know, because I think a lot of people don't really care exactly what school I go to. They're more interested in like where it's going to be. Because I always get that question a lot. It's like, are you going to leave California? What are you going to do? Like, well, come on, man. You got to leave California. Or some people are even like, no, you should stay in California. Okay, let me think. I mean, we have gotten like, it's mostly from Matt, but we have gotten like $300-400 worth of super chats. So you know what? You know. Hold on. Okay, I will screw it. You know what? I will reveal this. Okay. I'm not going to say what college I'm going to again. But I will say that I will be moving. I will officially announce this. I will be leaving California. Okay. That is what I will announce. Vince is going to Hawaii University. Never. Dude, imagine going to Hawaii, dude. And I like Hawaii. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't understand how anyone could be productive living in Hawaii. I just feel like you guys, like Hawaiians literally just like wear leis and just chill on the beach all the time. It's like, dude, did you guys ever like do anything? I don't think they do. I don't think people who live in Hawaii ever do. They literally don't do anything. The productivity rate in Hawaii is probably like 5%. But I will say that, and I will say that I am leaving California and it is going to be to a Republican state. That is what I will say. Now, Let's continue. Let me keep leading you on here. No, I'm not going to NYU. Okay, I was going to apply to NYU, by the way, before like BLM and COVID and all that stuff. I was actually considering going to like NYU or Columbia because you know, this was bad, and I obviously was against the politics of a place like New York, but it just was not as like you cannot go here as it was before. But now, by the time that all happened, I literally never even just considered going there. Someone sent me $20. Let me check. I think I missed it. Let me give him a thanks real quick. Marco DeChain says, congrats and good luck, kid. Nice speech as well. Thank you very much, Marco. Thank you very much for the $20. Thank you very much for the congratulations, and the good luck. Appreciate you, man. Should I just say the speech? Should I just say what state it is? Let me just keep narrowing it down, okay? Now, what I will continue to say is that, let's see. This will basically narrow it down to like 4 states, okay? It is a state that, for Republican politics, has been pretty high profile as of the last few months, okay? So that basically narrows it down to like 4 or 5 states or so. Like, what could that really be? You know, obviously it's not Idaho, okay, because that's just like no one ever talks about Idaho. It is a state that makes the news with conservatives relatively frequently. Okay, that's what I'll say. So you can get your guesses on. Maybe I'll just announce what the state is in a little bit, but let me just keep talking so I can kind of make that executive decision to decide. Okay. Is it a top 20 private school? I'm not gonna say that. That's I think that's a little bit too narrow. But yeah, people are kind of getting the idea of where it is. Well, hold on. Let's keep going. Okay, let's keep going. Let me think of other context clues for this. Let me think. I don't know what else I could say about it. That's like a context clue that isn't a dead giveaway. You know what I mean? What else could I say about this state? It's just no. I'm not gonna see if I give any clue about the governor, it's gonna be so obvious. I can't do that. Huh. Let's see. Curious. You know what? Should I just say it? People. What time zone? Okay. That'll narrow it down a little bit. That might narrow it down too much. I guess it narrows it down to 2 states, really. Because I say it's high profile in the news a lot, right? But it could be the other state that's near it. Okay. It's in Eastern time zone. Okay. It's Eastern time. That narrows it down to 2 states now. Okay. It's basically like 2 states. Again, a state that really makes the news a lot, is talked about a lot. Eastern time zone. There's really only 2 states that could be. Okay. I just gave it away. Well, it's now okay. It's either Georgia or Florida, right? Those are the 2 states that it could be, because those are the 2 states in Eastern time zone that are talked about a lot. I don't even know if Georgia's still technically a Republican state because they have like a Republican state government, right? So it's really down to those 2. Which one is it though? That's the question, huh? That is the question. What state exactly is it in? Curious, not sure. So, it could be North Carolina. Well, I don't know. I guess North Carolina is a red state, yeah. But the fact that I didn't mention that probably obviously gives away it's not North Carolina. So, yeah. All right, fine. I'll just say this. It's Florida. Yeah, the school is in Florida. I'm not going to say which Florida school for reasons. But it is one of those. My hat's coming off. It is one of those schools. Okay, it is in Florida. That's what I will say. I'm not going to give away which Florida school, but it is there. Okay, so that's where I will be at least for the next 4 years. Probably after that. I have a freaking. I'm gonna just take this off. I have a freaking like line now because of it. But yeah, your boy is gonna be a Florida man. I'm going to put that in my bio as soon as I'm there. I'm going to just put Florida, man. Yeah. Very epic, right? I'm gonna go from like the second worst to worst governor in the country to the best governor in the country. What a transition! What an upgrade, dude! What an absolute upgrade. But yeah, it is in the state of Florida. Okay, it is in the state of Florida. So there's a lot of schools in Florida. So I don't think that's too much of a giveaway. It could be like a lot of places in Florida, but it is in Florida. So yeah, he's moving to Florida to be among his fellow Hispanics. So true. North Florida or South? I'm not going to give that. Again, I'm not going to give that away. It's in Florida. Okay, that's all I'll say. It's in Florida. Moving from the shittiest state to the best. So true. By the way, California and Florida are actually very similar states. Obviously not politically, but in like layout, they're very similar. Like they're both very suburban, right? Because very like you actually, I always comment when I'm in Florida. This looks a lot like. So at least Northern California is different, but Southern California and Florida are very similar. They're both very suburban. Like they're not like super like big metropolises, but it's more like suburban sprawl. And there's a lot of residential areas, a lot of houses. Okay, so yeah, we love Florida, don't we, folks? It was not an easy college decision, though. By the way, there's a lot of debating. It's called we do a little debating. Family divided, friends divided, but ultimately, I'm not gonna lie. I think I made the right choice. Okay, for more reasons than one. I think I made the right choice. I guess my only regret is I kind of wanted. The only thing is that I will no longer be in California. At least I can't get involved in the recall at all. I can't. And not necessarily that like it would have succeeded, but it would have been decent political opportunity. But who cares? Who cares? Because everything that's going on in Florida is like much better anyway. So it's like, let's go. Okay, let's go. What? Ron DeSantis, hire me. Okay, I'll run your social media for you for your re-election campaign. All right, you should. 18-year-old freshman college student. Hey, can I run your social media pages? Dude, I know what I'm doing though. Okay, it's true. All right. And Ron DeSantis, let's be honest, doesn't really have much of a social media game, which is obviously fine. He doesn't need one, right? He's kind of the anti-Trump in that way. Like Trump, he's very quiet on social media, whereas Trump, we all knew about that. But still, okay, I'll look. I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it for free. I don't even care. Okay. But I will do it if you want. After I graduate college, I'm getting the heck out of California. Smart move. I don't think I'm ever coming back, to be honest. I know. You should want to fix the place where you grew up in. You know what? Screw the place I grew up in. Okay, we are out of here. Okay, we're literally eastbound and down. Eastbound and down. Sorry, loaded up and trucking. Okay, we gonna do what they say can't be done. So true. Okay, so true. So that's where we're moving. I will probably have access to like a lot more things there. You know what I mean? There's really nothing politically to be had here. Like there's no connections to be made. There's no things to get involved in. And it's like Florida Florida and Texas, and obviously to a lesser extent Arizona and Georgia, like that's where the activity is. That's where the action is. And I guess Pennsylvania to an extent too, right? But that's where the action is. They're important places. They have things going on there. There's nothing going on here, And I had family that were like very adamant. They're like, no, go to, because I will say this. I got into USC, which is obviously in LA, right? It's here. And I got in with a pretty good scholarship. It wasn't a full scholarship, but it was a pretty solid scholarship. And so I had a lot of pressure on me to stay home and go to USC. And many said, oh, it's a better education, But I was just like, yeah. But like, for me, let me be honest, the only reason I'm going to college is because like I want like a backup career in case politics doesn't work out. Because I don't make like a full-time living off of this right now to like be able to sustain myself. And so college is kind of just like, kind of a backup career. So that way I could do like, I'm majoring in business, but like I could either go into business or go into law. I'm doing pre-law as well. Like that could be like my backup move if politics doesn't work, but that's really all there is to it. You know what I mean? Like to be honest, I'm probably not going to take college that seriously. Okay. Like I know I was like valedictorian in high school, but to be completely honest, in college, I'm probably just going to like just try to pass. Like that's honestly going to be it. Because this is what I want to do, right? This is my thing. This is what I want to to do career wise. College is kind of just like a backup move. So it was like, going to that school that I'm going to in Florida is not as impressive, as not as high education, whatever. It's cheap. It is cheaper though, by the way. So there's that to consider. But it's not as as high profile, but who cares? First of all, that prestige thing is largely a lie. Okay. It's largely just bullshit. But even to the extent to which is not, I will have I have such a bigger opportunity to build like political connections and kind of make a professional life for myself in Florida as compared to California where there's nothing. So I thought about it, it was not an easy decision. I'm not going to lie. It's like I don't know if I should say that, but my whole life, we had a very close tie to USC as the university, a lot of people wanted me to really go there. I did have kind of a loyalty to it. Also, USC is not like a super liberal university. Many people don't know this, but actually USC is actually pretty it's not a conservative campus, but for a college campus, it's pretty good. They actually have like the largest college Republicans in the country and stuff, So they're not terrible politically, but everything around USC and all that stuff, everything else, I was just like, I got to make a calculated decision here. I got to really make this decision. And I was just like, screw it. We're out of here. Okay, we're out of here. All right? To the state of Florida we go. And that's what we're doing. So starting in August, we will have like a new, I guess, like setup and stuff. I don't know. I might honestly keep the green screen, or I might build like a setup in my apartment there. But yeah. That's the plan. That's where we're headed. That's what we're doing. So do you think you'll stay in Florida after college? Maybe. I don't know. It just depends, I want to stay in a red state though, It generally just depends where the work is, or whatever I plan to be doing, A lot of conservative politics is in Florida, but a lot of conservative media is in Texas, right? Like, so I might end up in Texas, who knows? But whatever. I'm fine with that too, But it just depends, honestly. We'll see. Marco Rubio must embrace VinceDao nationalism. So true. So true. You'll be staying on campus? No, I'm living off campus. I did not want to do that. Like, I needed somewhere that was like spacious enough to like record stuff. And so I had to get a place off campus. Florida man learns and gets a job. So true. So true. You should see about getting on Blaze TV in Texas. Dude, that would be epic. I'm actually, I'll probably be on Slightly Offensive pretty soon to talk about APU and stuff, my organization, all that stuff. So it'll be epic. Go to USC to room with Victoria Hammett. I had a few potential roommates at USC, actually. I had everything. Dude, I low-key broke the rules on that. Okay, I had everything set up to go to USC, and I was just like, nah. We must let me just be a hypocrite, okay? Destroy everything I said in my graduation speech to an extent, and carve my own path. So true. So true. Berkeley's a shitty area. Why would Vince go there? I should have said, because obviously like I'm keeping my actual college private for, like reasons, right? I basically told my administration to lie, my school administration to lie about where I was going to college yesterday. So they read off a place. I got into that place, but I'm not going, it's for like privacy reasons. I should have told them to say that. I feel like that would have been so funny. Just say I'm going to Berkeley. Like that would have been like hilarious. That would have been a literal meme, right? VinceDao, UC Berkeley. Could you imagine? That would have been funny. I want your approval. What is APU? APU is the political organization we have started. It is basically like the populist, paleocon leaning, like America First counter to a lot of the mainstream organizations, and it's kind of like our own version of that. So go check it out. Actually, you can find our YouTube channel on my sidebar. Follow us on social media at Populist Union. APU is short for American Populist Union, and go check us out. Yeah, we have pretty big announcements coming pretty soon. I'll let you guys know. But basically, we're probably going to be doing an event in Florida this summer, around the same time that Turning Point has SAS going on. We'll be doing, and it's not a counter event. Okay, let me make that clear. It's not like a rebellion. It's just, let's do our own event while everyone's in town. Very epic. So, yeah. That's what we're doing. Let me give a speech for APU. Bro, Mr. Orange Horseman, special guest speaker. So true. Bro, moment, bro. Moment, bro. Moment, bro. This guy, you are a clown, dude. Literally. Okay. We don't like moment, bro, don't we, folks? Okay. This man does a little bit too much trolling. Okay. Tisk. Doxing yourself is cringe. Reminder, don't do it. So true. You're going to Florida Man University. So true. I totally am. I didn't even know we have a subreddit. So this subreddit is not ran by us, but you should check out the Reddit/American Populist Union. I help run it. All right. Well, then go check that out, guys. I'll go check that out as well. Did you hear Texas is finishing the wall? Yeah. Let's hope it's actually follow through on that. But if they are, yeah, that's great. You know, Greg Abbott, I still don't trust him. I still am not a huge fan of the guy, but that I'll give him credit on that. That's a good move. So yeah, we'll wrap up very soon here, guys. I have to actually go to dinner very soon, like in a few minutes. So we should wrap this up. But actually, before I go, let me just say this, okay? I'm sure basically most of my viewers are Zoomers. Obviously not all of them, but I know most of you guys probably are. Let me give this a message, and this is gonna be very corny. It's gonna be very cliche. It's gonna be very normie to an extent, but it is true. Okay, literally, as you go through high school, because it happens a lot, and my camera's gonna die, so hopefully it doesn't die like right when I finish saying this. But do not let. Oh, it did die. Damn it. Okay, hold on. Let me switch out the. Actually, you know what? I'll just switch to my webcam. Okay. All right. Literally, do not keep your head high up, King. Okay. It's so cliche, I know, but it's very true. Okay. Do not let these Smurf people bully you. Okay. I call them the Smurf people. The reason I call them the Smurf people is because they like dye their hair blue, and so it's like, they're the Smurf people. The Smurf people, the alphabet people, all of them, right? Don't let them bully you, okay? Literally keep your and like I get it. I don't want to lose friends and stuff like that, but honestly, like, screw that. Who cares? Okay, be epic. Okay, be based. All right, don't cuck to them. But it is very common. I see it a lot. It's like, conservative. Someone comes out as conservative at school, even subtly, and they get like super bullied for it. You know what I mean? It happens. It does happen. And I can't give you a strategy to stop it from happening. Quite frankly, the only way to stop it from happening is to literally like never mention it, which I'm not advising either, because it's like, dude, we have a culture war to fight. Okay, I get it. Not everyone can fight it, but it's like the more people we have doing it, the better. So I cannot bring myself to discourage anyone from like actually being outspoken about it. But what I will say is, like, you literally just cannot care what they think, okay? Because if you care a cent what they think, they will crucify you, okay? Because they are going to try. Literally just don't care. Remember that they are cringe. They literally are soy jacks, okay? They're literally the epitome of soy jacks. They're probably addicted to porn, like chronically physically addicted to porn. They go on Pinterest, okay? They dye their hair blue. They're probably addicted to Discord as well. Literally, just don't let those freaking profligates care. Don't care what those profligates have to say. Literally, just don't, okay? Just don't. And if you do, it's gonna screw you up. So don't worry about what they say, okay? Like, literally, like, I know it's like the most generic message you could ever get, but just be epic and based and red pilled, okay? Like, there's really not much more I can say about it. Just do it. Just do it, honestly. Anyways. With that being said, guys, thank you very much for everyone who tuned in. Again, I will post, once I can get my hands on like a high HD video of the graduation speech, I will post that as its own. Anyways, thank you very much, guys. Again, we're done with high school. Not done with politics by any means. This is just the start, okay? This summer is going to be epic. We're going to stream every week. We're going to have consistent uploads. We're going to be doing an event for the Populist Union in Tampa. It's going to be so freaking epic. And this is going to be the summer of Dow. It is going to be two things at once. Okay. It's going to be White Boy Summer, and it is the summer of Dow, or Vince Dow. I don't know. We got to figure out a name for it, but yeah, I'll see you guys. Thank you very much to everyone who's supported me through high school, and especially those of you who were there during the valedictorian drama. Thank you very much. And again, this is only the start. The best is yet to come. All right, guys. Anyways, see you guys later. Thank you very much. And I'll see you guys soon.